You know, it was not so long ago that I started to realize that a lot of what I was doing was going to outlast me, and you know, people think of glass as like a very fragile object, and what I tell people is that, you know, cars are really sturdy and you can crash them and they'll break too. You can abuse anything, but most of these pieces are going to you know, outlive myself, and they're going to be sort of part of my legacy. So this is my life's work. So I do take a lot of pride in what I do, and you know, I find a lot of joy doing that. So I think that you know, a lot of that is like a pretty human sort of characteristic of striving for something a little bigger than yourself. The work now is it's coming from a fairly intuitive place, but I like to mix medias and put things together that don't normally belong. So glass and metal, glass and wood, glass and light. You know, I'm interested in yeah, the more I do glass blowing, the more I'm interested to figure out what I can put with it. For me, the glass is sort of this like a base material. It's always like a part of my designs. It's like the cornerstone and the touch point from where I go off from. But a lot of the designs in recent years have just been sort of pushing just the absolute limit of what I think I can do. So my design process has changed as I've learned how to use different tools. Recently I've discovered using the computer as a sketchbook, which has been really helpful in creating sort of concept art and sketches. And then from there it's just executing the pieces. The inspiration is, yeah, largely comes from sort of the time that I grew up in. So I'm of this millennial generation, and I grew up with digital video games and all sorts of stuff. So a lot of my stuff tends to be sort of sci-fi oriented, or yeah, it tends to be somewhat mechanical, but have sort of an organic feel to it. It sort of bridges a lot of things. So I take a lot of pride in having my hand in every part of the process, in every piece. The people that decide that they want to own a piece of that are really owning a piece of history, and they're owning a piece of American art that has been done by hand. And I think in today's world, where so many things are mechanized and done in a factory and not done by human hands, people want a connection back to something that was formed using very basic processes, formed by humans with a human mind and a human hand and a human heart. The thing that I probably do that's actually useful in today's modern society is lighting. People understand what to do with lights, the pendant lighting. But yeah, by and large, most of my stuff is decorative or sculptural, and speaks more to art than it does to function.